Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast today, looking at the sort of conclusion as part of this series. This audio podcast as part of the Strap and Investigate. This audio podcast as part of the Convoy. This audio podcast as part of the Shitstorm Squadron. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. So scientists or healthcare scientists are required or needed, who can contribute through multidisciplinary team or MDT efforts and utilizing or using or implementing evidence-based practices, thus also shifting the paradigm of leadership and management, wherein prospectively practice is destined to flourish. For example, it is also actually essential to it is also essential to the future sort of success, that leaders are possessing positive qualities are identified and nurtured to lead and manage the profession. And at the same time, it is obvious in context of at least in around CKD or chronic kidney disease, is once it is increasing owing to healthcare and sort of and aspects pertaining to social determinants of health and burdens, and burdens. Certainly there is and there should be sort of more of a balance in aspects pertaining to healthcare services, and sort of aspects pertaining to healthcare services. And so thinking more sort of unilaterally, there is an increasing requirement and need for good leaders healthcare science, or in amongst the sciences, and today's ever-changing and demanding healthcare. It is also important to appreciate once again that patient-reported outcome measures have become or will become sort of more sort of important, or have become more important, that important to see that to have so that there is that sort of interlink in amongst interlink between frontline healthcare services, and sort of those healthcare services that are from the sciences, and thus supporting healthcare of recipients or healthcare service users, especially with particular and sort of chronic illnesses, or chronic illnesses, or long-term or long-standing conditions. Um, Long-standing conditions. So that draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of the Strap and Investigate. This audio podcast as part of the Convoy. This audio podcast as part of the Shitstorm Squadron, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production.